So we're here dropping the car off to Roger. Happy birthday to Jen. Yeah, she got the pink to match the bring the pink out of the paint. But now we're dropping the car off. So big shout out to Roger, Essex Auto Enhancement. Y'all check him out on YouTube. Link in the description of this video. So he's gonna do the paint correction on the car. I got lucky with the weather driving it back, and I don't think you'll find a nick on it. I got fortunate.
Which is perfect. I mean, obviously, taking it across country this time of the year, that's always the risk. But
I think we're good, man. So he's gonna. I know I'm confident he's gonna get me together and do his thing on it.
yeah, no, looking forward to it. This is a very special paint finish, and obviously a very new vehicle. So I can't imagine it's going to be too extreme. But,
Color green.
Okay. How's it going?
What does your neighbors think? I mean, that's what I want to know. Like,
What do the neighbors think?
you got all these exotics coming through the driveway.
I think the pinnacle was loading off Will's previous Hurricane. It was like 11,
11. But when he started it, the
R5
was sitting here.
The Tiguan was, and we started it because the guy had texted to say he was like 5 minutes out. So I figured it's already late at night. I'll get it started, sort of move it out, just to try and pick up the process because it was late at night and stuff. Weeknight as well. And started it, and like 20 seconds into the cold start, obviously the tone, the frequency was just enough to then set the alarm off, the sensor in the RS5 as well. I'm like,
So needless to say, they love Roger.
I was trying to be covert, as quiet as you can, in pretty much a straight piped, supercharged Lamborghini, and a cold start, late at night. But it was all good fun. I think we had some positive comments. It was a bit of a spectacle seeing the car getting loaded up.
Well, he had a really nice Mercedes SUV in there that it sounded really nice backing or when he started it in the trailer to bracket out and move.
Oh, okay.
He had an AMG SUV in there that had an aftermarket exhaust. I mean, they typically sound a little throaty, and he started that up, and I'm like, well, I may as well just start the other car. We're going all out. But it was funny. I was getting my hair cut. It was the next day, in fact, and there's a lot of guys on the same street that apparently get their hair done at the same place, and the neighbour across there was like telling my
Barber.
My barber, this story about, I was watching this, I don't know what that guy does, but he has all these cool cars here. And we were watching out the window as this Lamborghini was getting loaded onto this flatbed trailer at night, sort of enjoying it. So everyone was positive.
So let me give you a shout out too, though, and a thank you for the great job you did on that, my Huracan 610-4. They got it down at Lamborghini Miami. They said it looked awesome. And they didn't charge me anything for painting that little panel. Oh, fantastic. So I think they were so happy with the condition.
It was getting the car as perfect as we physically could. I mean, obviously, it had multiple wraps and it sort of live, so the paint was just sort of a little tired from, obviously, I wouldn't say my work, but obviously previous work when it had been wrapped.
It had been wrapped like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, it had a multi-stage paint correction just to bring it back to as factory as we possibly could. And I mean, it was a night and day difference, as you saw from the photos. I mean, it just looked wet and glossy, and it was stunning. Obviously, when you're selling a car or you're trading a car in, they're going to use every tactic sort of under the sun to nickel and dime you. So when you have the presentation dialed in, there just isn't that room to then sort of, attack you on that price.
So I also got to put a plug in there that we're going to bring the RS5 here as soon as Roger's ready for it, for the transformation. So you guys stay tuned for that.
transformation number 2. But
Yes.
yeah, it already looks pretty special
It
now with the work
does.
that's done thus far, and with the rest of the kit and the wrap, I think it's gonna look completely different again.
Yep. So I've got the material ready to go. So we're gonna leave the Huracan in the good hands of Roger with Essex Auto Enhancement. Again, on Instagram, you guys give him a follow. I'll put the link in the description, but it's essex.auto.enhancement, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's it. All right, so yeah, we'll do a once over on the car, and then we'll leave it in Roger's hands.
Frank Lucas in the building.
We are. So Essex Auto Enhancement got me together with the paint correction. He's got the lights ready. So it looks glossy.
Yes, it does.
Looks crazy glossy. Look at that. And you can see that pearl a little more.
Yeah, the pearl and the depth definitely pops a lot more. I mean, obviously it had sort of 1,500 miles of road trip and fun on it. Because of the time of year, it was just absolutely covered in ferrous sulfate, which is a typical contaminant in road salt. So I mean, even after I washed it, it got washed twice. Snow foam, 2-bucket wash method, Iron-X to get rid of a lot of the contamination without physically having to touch the paint, so a chemical decontamination. The paint was still just like sandpaper.
Yeah, I felt it on the front.
For such a new car, obviously it's just the conditions.
Right.
It is the nature of it. Obviously, it didn't have like a high quality wax on it. It had a dealer applied wax that was in every orifice. I mean, it's just how they come. You know, it doesn't matter if you're typically buying a Civic or a Lambo. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of the beast. That's why a lot of car guys will then sort of ship their car to obviously get it professionally detailed after receipt, which is effectively what you've now done. But the paint is back looking as it should.
Looks spectacular.
The gloss on here, I mean, just looking at the reflections from the natural light coming in, you know, it's incredible. I mean, it
looks super wet.
There is no ceramic or sealant on here. What I did do is just put a glaze, a synthetic wax on there, just to protect it for you to drive, obviously, to the next destination.
Yep.
And obviously just to help, so when it gets washed, it will obviously bead and wash a lot easier.
Awesome.
Some of the little chips, I think, sort of after they were addressed, you really can't see them.
Okay.
What I did notice on this car, and it could be that the dealer had used an electric buffer, because you had multiple areas. There were some really heavy ones in the hood. There was a few on the roof. They kind of looked like pigtails of almost railway tracks. They were sort of circular scratches with little additional scratches through them. So a mechanical device of some nature had gone over the car at some stage. Now those areas I did hit with multiple compounds.
Okay.
And to the untrained eye, they're pretty much gone. When you get the PPF over here, it's effectively going to act like an additional clear coat.
Okay.
And you're not going to see them. It's like one of those things where the paint is so new and fresh. I just didn't want to go, you know, we were going to do a single stage correction, which is what you've got primarily. You've got sort of a 90% correction on them.
Awesome.
You know, I mean, I would literally have to get LEDs and lights to sort of point them out.
Okay.
But just so you know, they are there. There was sort of 1 or 2 on the hood. I've sort of got.
Man, it looks
I
good.
hope I've got some sort of video of them. This was just so difficult to like video and
Oh, yeah.
the reflection,
Yeah.
the detail,
Yeah.
was correct. And then the only other sort of paint, sort of factory defects, you've got like some tiny little air bubbles, solvent in just this panel here.
In the clear
they're just
coat.
like little hypodermic sort of pricks.
Okay.
The other thing that I noticed before I washed it, it looks like something has been dragged across the car. And I did obviously sort of go over this. You've got some scuff marks here, and then you've also got a scuff mark there.
Okay.
So I don't know if that was during,
Yeah.
you know, your trip back or what it is, but obviously it's there. And then I noticed there was sort of a little mark on that front lip as well. There was a huge great big scratch across here, and there was a scuff along this edge here. Obviously I've gone over all that,
Yeah,
so the
looks good.
scratch is like 90% gone now.
Yeah, it looks good.
But you know, I'm only telling you what is
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, even on the Aventador that I did the other day, there was a few little paint defects.
Yep.
But like on the Mustang and the Dodge, it was like a whole new level. Like in terms of the quality between the two.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, that's it. It doesn't matter. Unless you're buying like a Rolls Royce that is literally hand finished and they're putting 8 to 10 additional clear coats, layers of clear on it, and then they literally have a designated detailing crew, wet sanding it by hand and refining it and stuff. You're gonna get it. But outside of that, this is a very, very good example. I did all of the door shuts. I did right under here. Obviously, the car hasn't been lifted up, but this was all just
Probably caked with
as you
stuff.
can imagine.
Yeah.
You know, hovering a few inches above the ground, driving in winter, 1,500 miles.
Looks better than new.
So it's just completely fresh again.
Awesome. So yeah, I'll get some video of you pulling out.
Crank Lucas in the building.
Skittles. Yeah, buddy. Next stop, PPF. Wanted to make sure we went over the paint. Got any scuffs and scratches out of it. Looking crispy. Even with the factory exhaust on it. We're also going to get those calipers painted. Shout out to Performance Auto Spa for getting the best paint shop in town to take care of me. They're going to actually hand paint the Lamborghini logo back on the brakes with the carbon ceramic. But next time you see these brakes, they should be color matching the Verde Ithaca paint with a little bit of extra heavy pink pearl in the paint. So, and I've also got lowering springs for the car, but I gotta take it to Brian at the toy barn to get that sorted, but that's coming soon as well. We'll have window tint. We're getting window tint put on it. But I got a question for you guys. What color? So I'm gonna tell you guys my little plan, but you guys tell me what you think. Those little details in the grill, that little bar. Let me see if I can turn the light up here. Let's see here. There you go. That little bar and those two pillars right there and right there, I'm gonna wrap those so you can see them. I got 3 color options. I can try to match them green with the body color. So green, gold to pull out the logo, the Lamborghini logo, the gold in the Lamborghini logo, or brushed metallic, which will just make it look sort of like a shadow. You'll just be able to see it, but it won't clash too much with the other colors. It'll almost be like an off black. So of those 3 colors, you guys let us know what you think. Let me know what you think. And then when I bring it back to Roger, we're gonna do that. We're gonna wrap the mirrors black and you know, put the Motivo touches on it to make it a Huracan EVO Motivo. You know what I'm saying? So the tint is gonna set it off a little bit better too. Like if you look at Big's car, the tint sets the car off. Big's Motoring. BigsMotoring.com. Y'all go check them out. Get some car parts and things like that. Ooh, shit. In for some mods at Essex Auto Enhancement. Yep, made it. We're here at Performance Auto Spa to see my man Tim. Big shout out to Kevin with the 610-4, the black and yellow one, for making the recommendation, of course. But Performance Auto Spa out here, and I think we're in like Plain City, on the northwest side of Columbus, a little bit outside. There he is.
What's up, Will?
Yes, sir. So we're here with Tim. Man, good to see you.
How you doing, man?
Good to see you. It's been a minute.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for bringing the car over.
Of course. So we're gonna get PPF, maybe black out the roof with the black PPF if possible, and brakes if possible.
Yeah.
So we're gonna check it out once it's done, but definitely check out Performance Auto Spa out here. And this is is this Plain City?
It's Plain City. It's like on the outskirts of Dublin.
Okay.
Typically we tell people we're right next to Mag. You know, it's like 5 minutes up the road.
Awesome.
So that's kind of the area.
So we can check out the business?
Yeah, man. Come on in. Come on in.
Let's check it out. So I don't know if you met Biggs yet already.
Never met.
I never met, but
spoke on the
what's
phone.
up, man?
Okay.
Remember me,
Okay.
right?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Get that Escalade done.
Oh
Bring
wow.
it in anytime. Yeah, Kevin gave me your number.
So Kevin's one of our buddies with the black Huracan. This is nice, man.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
How you doing?
This is we try to keep stuff that's semi-relevant in the showroom. This is Seth. He's our front of house manager.
How you doing, Seth? Yes, sir.
He handles most of the booking and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
But yeah, we typically have something that has PPF.
I can't wait to
something
ride
that's
together
got
again
tint,
soon.
You know, stuff that's sort of, relevant to what customers will be looking for.
Awesome, man. So I'm looking forward to this. Had to get the PPF done, so we're going to talk about it a little bit, but I'll be right back, folks.
It's the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm here to tell you guys to go to Wheel Motivation. The exotic cars is crazy. I've been watching this show for a little while now, and it's growing. But we need everybody else to subscribe to Wheel Motivation and support Will. I'm supporting them. You do the same.